And we are live.
Okay.
And we are dead.
Well. So, to recap what happened last time, the party was ambushed in the night by a group of approximately 15 gnolls.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was a thing that happened. I mean, overall, not too much. You guys are headed toward an unknown group of people to the northeast. Nope, northwest, my bad. Almost fucked that one up.
Going south, never mind. Change it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Everyone leveled up.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I got. So we pick up after you guys finish the rest.
Okay. Amity's going to be studying in her book.
What the hell Zara's doing? Trying to remember what he would be doing. He'd probably be studying in his book too. Reading up his spells.
Yeah, Amity's like scribbling in her book and like crossing things off and like writing odd. She also probably looks tired.
Is Nomad just sleeping in a tree again?
He's not asleep. He was.
Well, is he just in a tree?
Yes.
She's just chilling.
Should we get ready to go?
Asking the real question.
You're silent.
All I know is I'm casting mage armor just because.
Yeah, same.
God knows
Not
how
a
these
bad
days
idea.
are.
I'm feeling brave. I'm not gonna.
Oh, that's risky.
Life on the edge.
Tempting fate.
And attack.
I know I'm gonna die. It's fine.
Amity will yawn and shut her book. I guess we should go. I guess.
Probably we
safe enough.
Many days of travel.
Yeah.
My dog let out the loudest sigh that through my noise-canceling headphones, I heard her. I literally let you up on the bed and this is how you treat me? Disrespectful.
How rude.
Rowan's gonna like walk over underneath the tree that Nomad's in, sort of look up, be like, you ready to go?
Ready when everyone else is.
Everybody ready to go?
Yeah.
I would just start going, but I don't know where we're going. My sense of direction is very bad.
That's why we have him pointing at Nomad.
Hmm.
Oh, we can continue then. We can travel.
Sounds good.
He just kind of like climbs down from the tree. Not very gracefully. He just does it.
Thud.
Okay. And he begins walking off in a direction, which you're guessing might be the northwest.
I am assuming we follow.
I was
Yeah.
just gonna say to Ramona.
Gonna
I think
follow.
it's Ramona who has them. I was gonna be like, put on the binoculars. We're going in the right direction.
Right. I'll look it up. Wait, this just tells me the time it is.
Oh shit! Right.
That's all it does.
Thought it was direction. Damn. Hey, what time is
What
it?
time is it? Yeah.
Early morning.
It's early morning. It doesn't even give me an hour.
Those things are useless. We follow.
Yeah.
Yes, we follow.
Are you expecting like a digital readout in the corner? Come on.
I
Yes.
mean,
Absolutely. I expect a heads-up display.
Yeah. That just has the time in a full circle around the outside of like.
All right. Time to roll for random encounter.
God damn it.
Here we go.
hooray. I'm glad I decided to feel brave.
I would recommend casting Mage Armor right now, just because.
Nope.
All right.
I'm not doing it. Living life on the edge.
Okay.
Stand by your choices.
I'll be fine.
Nomad carefully leads you all. I don't know
Leaves
if
you?
that's-
Leave.
What the hell?
Leads us right up.
leads you all through the forest. Manages to not draw the attention of anything, and to make it further into the forest before reaching nighttime.
Wow.
Wow.
I don't
Well,
know.
that was.
Impressive.
Jesus.
That was impressive.
I don't know what that was, and I'm scared.
That was down.
Animal?
God, I hope not. There's bears outside. There's bears here.
Well, I'm saying, do you have animals in the house? Like a cat, dog?
No, I'm in a hotel room.
Oh,
There's no bears in your hotel room.
okay.
I'm
Then
in
you're
the-
fine. It's just a ghost.
Hooray.
That would have been the sound of the towel bar in the bathroom falling off of the wall for no apparent reason. no!
Wow.
It is a ghost.
There's nothing on there.
Even better.
That's exciting. So we encounter nothing in the woods.
But she has an encounter in the hotel room.
Anyway. Oh my god. This is exciting.
Okay. You rest for the evening. Are you taking watches, or are you just gonna let Kato do it?
I think we should still take watches just in case.
We still gonna
Tiny hut.
absolutely. Eh, well, absolutely. I think it was invaluable last time.
Yeah.
I'm summoning my tiny hut.
Okay.
Probably 15 minutes into our long rest.
Yeah. We've learned.
That works.
I will stay up during the first watch again.
I will also stay up during the first watch.
I will
Okay.
stay up for the second part there.
Second half, okay.
Yeah.
I'll stay up for the second half too. Why not?
Well, you're
Well, I
doing
do
it.
half. You don't get half. You get a little bitty part.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean the second watch. I mean,
Okay. The knights volunteer for third watch.
I mean, I can switch to third. You know, one on each. Okay, I'll do that.
Well,
Never
I'm
mind,
in.
I'm going to bed.
I'm in the last watch, but
Oh, yeah.
well, I'm in half of the second and then all of the last.
Well, too late. I changed already. I'm going to sleep.
Okay. So, first watch, make perception checks.
Okay. Oh, whoops, it's to myself. Hang on. I rolled a 4 to myself.
Okay. Alright. Nothing happens on your watch. Second watch.
Well, I'm partly in this one, so.
Yeah.
Perception.
That was to
Yeah.
myself too, because the thing changed over. Okay.
Don't worry,
I rolled
I
the
got
same.
a bunch of people have
Okay.
rolled. I'm the only one in chat though.
Not on my screen.
Okay. Your watch also goes on with no problems. Third watch.
Hey, I can see
Whee!
things. Maybe.
That nat one though. Damn.
Yeah.
Everything is fine for your watch as well.
Wow.
Hooray!
Hooray.
We live to see another day.
And you all wake up in the morning.
It was a very quiet night, apparently. No
It
talking.
was. Very quiet.
I didn't want to talk to the guards. Psh. To the knights.
They didn't want to talk to you either.
It's fine.
Damn.
God, so rude.
She also
Right.
didn't want to talk to me. Which is fine. He's not the one
Start the
talking.
conversation.
He's normally not the one to start it. He's very, very shy.
Should we go again?
Go back over to the tree.
I'm just assuming we're going unless Josh goes.
Yeah, sorry, my mic was muted. You
No,
can,
no, you're
Nomad
good.
gets up in the morning and just continues walking, like almost expecting you guys to follow.
Yep.
Yep. And we do.
And
Yep.
yeah, I'm assuming Vani and I are gonna be looking for incense on the way and saving charcoal.
Sure. Yeah.
Any
make-
charcoal we can.
Make a survival check.
Okay.
That probably would have helped her
Can
on
I
that.
can I help our ranger make a survival check?
All right. Let's put it this way. Who do you want to make the survival check?
Who has the
Anybody
best
in your
survival?
group can make a survival check. Who do you want
Probably
it to
not me. Hang on.
Probably Vanya.
Probably.
You also have a druid.
Yeah, I only have a +2, so.
I'm only +4.
Who would like the +5 druid to make it?
It's either the +5 druid or the whatever Vanya is.
Hang on.
But
one
she's
sec.
not answering, so you're up.
Assuming I'm getting aid from party members, right?
Yeah. Amity's helping.
Oh, hold on. Oh, I guess not.
Oop.
Okay. Say Kayla said hold on.
Alright.
Alright.
Anchor thing.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I was definitely talking that entire
Oh
time.
no!
Oh,
We were
buddy.
just like, doo-doo-doo. She was probably like, what the fuck, guys?
Good.
24 from the druid.
Okay. You find 2 gold worth of incense.
2
Yay!
gold worth of incense. I don't know if that's gonna be helpful, but we found something.
Yeah, it's one gold apiece. It's something.
Yep. Writing down 1 gold worth of incense.
Nomad looks at all of you like wandering off the path as he's like trying to like, what are you doing?
Looking for incense.
I want to summon my familiar back when Zephyri's
Same.
helping.
I need her back.
You only need like what, 49 more gold worth?
Only 9 each.
Yeah. Only like 18.
You're looking in the wrong spots.
thank you for that helpful information.
Zephyr could look offended at his skills, like, bitch, what?
Continue to the mountain. It's more prevalent there.
Maybe you can point some out while we walk.
I could probably do that.
Please.
Yeah, let me just make a survival check for it. Wow. I rolled a nat 1.
Oh, damn. So what?
He's
18?
probably still higher than Zephyr.
It wasn't higher than Zephyr's, no. No, he helps out. He's not able to find very much on the way as he's trying to keep where he's going. But he does find another. I'd say he finds another gold worth.
Ooh, 1.5 gold worth total.
Ooh. And time to roll random encounter.
And mage armor up.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to do that before you even said looking for rolls.
Oh yeah, I'm just assuming I do that every morning.
Pretty
I'm
much. So, yeah.
brave.
I do it every 8
Okay.
hours, just because I'm a chicken.
Do you
Because
guys
Yeah.
have
Ben,
any
I'm
other-
not.
Yeah, same.
You guys having any other conversation as you walk? Or you're just kind of leaving it to picking ins?
Yeah, unless anybody wants to talk to Zephyr, he'll just walk in a direction while pondering what the fuck his life means now.
I mean, Amity will probably be studying his walking and like writing it down in a book.
You've had several weeks to do this.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean she's not gonna find new things.
That doesn't mean she already did his walking. What if she studied other stuff?
Yeah. There's plenty of things to study
It's
from a
like, oh,
construct.
here we have the wolf voyage, deep in contemplation while walking.
She's just like, what do constructs think about?
Could just ask him.
Well, you know, that's a smart idea.
I could
Hey,
ask
hey.
him for you, though.
Hey, Zephyr. Hey, she's like poking him.
Yeah, I can feel that, by the way.
Oh, I didn't know if you had a nervous system. What do you think about on like a normal basis?
Oh, great. That depends. Normally, what the fuck I'm gonna be doing for the next couple of days. Currently, if I'm having sort of an existential crisis.
Oh, that's interesting. She like takes out her book. About?
It's always so often you find out you were built for war.
I mean, what did you think you were built for?
Also, very true. It's,
Just for funsies?
up until recently, I didn't know very much about myself.
Uh-huh. She writes it.
So to find out you were made, but then also made for a very destructive purpose, doesn't help. When you're a very peaceful human being, or humanoid being. Probably clarify.
Interesting. Do you like... I don't know, do you... Like, I just want to know what you think about on... That isn't an existential... So I feel like that would suck all day, every day.
It's like finding out that your whole life purpose, instead of being a farmer, was to instead kill a lot of people very successfully.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm. Did you learn to walk, or did you just kind of know how to walk?
It was That's instinct. That's just sort of. I sort of just went in a direction without thinking. That's sort of just instinct, you know.
Do
It wasn't like a
constructs have
child.
instincts? She's like, deep in thought.
I mean, I am a sentient thing. I do have thoughts and feelings.
I mean, I didn't say you didn't have thoughts and feelings. Just instincts? I'm not sure. Maybe it's magic instead.
Whatever helps you process this.
Oh, it is a lot to process.
In the meantime, Zephyr's just gonna like walk off in a direction, feeling very awkward about this current exchange.
Okay, thanks, bye!
Just like awkward music.
She's going to look very satisfied with herself. And continue walking silently.
It's like, what's next? Turing test?
Yes.
Amity invents the Turing test.
Next comes the reflex test. Just pebble from my hand.
Don't put it past her, guys.
Pulls out a wee little hammer. Book.
Do you feel this?
Okay.
Okay.
Eventually, after several hours during this day, you reach the foot of a mountain.
Oh.
Nomad turns to all of you and says, well, it shouldn't be long now before we're there. And he looks up in the sky, it's like, but it seems it's starting to storm. Perhaps we should rest for the night. While we still have tree cover.
Sounds like a
Okay.
Let's go.
And he makes a small camp. He does make a fire. It isn't like... It does start raining, but where you guys are at, it seems that the most of, like, the big downpours happening over the top of the mountain. So it's just more of like a light drizzle through the treetops here. So nothing crazy.
Just mild inconvenience.
Yeah, pretty much.
So I'm assuming everybody just kind of gets cozy then?
Mm-hmm.
Snuggles.
yay!
Everybody cuddle.
I have to open up my heating vent. Hang on. Oh, it's so cold.
Okay.
Ooh.
You guys taking watches for the evening? After the next couple of hours, I should say. As it's not quite nighttime.
And as of the party, do y'all want to do watches?
They're the same.
I think we should, yeah, we'll just
Yeah.
do the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably the same.
Amy will take last watch this time.
God, just said we'll make them the same. I'll swap with her then, I guess I'm first. Jeez.
Yeah, I'll go first then.
I'm
What?
not half.
I don't
I
want
usually
the second
do
one.
4 watches, just so you guys know.
2 people on first then if we have Rowan for the second two, right?
Yep.
I can take first.
I'm so
Be cautious
confused
for the
now.
others.
You know what? Just screw it. Let's just go back to the other.
I'm going back to sleep then. I'm so lost.
Either way, Zaris will be on the second watch whenever that comes around.
Whatever watch has the least amount of people is the one I'm going to go on, and I don't know which one that is anymore.
I know, I don't know anymore.
All right.
One person.
All right, who's on first?
Okay, I am.
Amity will be too, I guess.
What's on
Okay.
second?
Thank you.
Who's on third?
Okay, so that's 2 people on first. Who's gonna go on second?
What's on third?
No, what's on second?
Zaris was on second. I can take the other. I can take
Yes, I'm on
the
second.
other. Then I'll also go on second. Are we doing 3 or are we doing 4?
You said 4.
Who's
4,
going on 3?
the knights can take 3.
And we have the guards and Nomad and Kato with us too, so.
All right,
And
guards on 3rd.
And I'm technically on 3 and 4.
Okay. Who else is on 4?
It's a good
Just
question.
me, alright.
Wow.
Wait,
You're there with Kato. It's fine.
I'm-
All right.
Yeah,
okay,
there you go.
There.
Ditto,
There's
ditto.
definitely on one. I'm so lost. It's fine. We're good.
Everything's fine.
All right, we figured it out.
Okay.
Did we?
First watch. Perception checks.
Okay.
Hey, Amity.
Uh,
I wonder if our farm survived.
oh, probably not.
Yeah, I don't
I
think
bet they
so
all
either.
drown.
That's sad.
Yeah. She looks sad.
Well, but I have this sketchbook so we can draw one in here.
Yes.
That way we'll have it forever.
That's perfect. Amity
Maybe not.
focuses way more on that than
I was
anything
gonna say,
else.
maybe not right now though.
Oh. Okay.
While we're walking, we can pass back and forth. Anyway, that's it.
That sounds like a good plan. Amity apparently just thinks about what kind of animal she's gonna draw in the book.
Okay. Your watch goes off with no problem.
Cool.
Hooray.
Second watch.
Alright.
I'm
Killing
getting better. Wait, no, I'm not.
You're in the ballpark.
I'm at the
Okay.
average for me.
You guys have any conversation?
With these 3?
I would think that is a no.
I mean,
Take
do you
that as
want
a
a
no.
deep philosophical conversation or one word text answer conversation from the other?
Do you like the stars? Yes. Cool.
Opinion on what redwoods?
Where are you from? Home.
Okay.
And I feel like Vanya and Zephyr could have a deep conversation about various types of trees.
These trees are different.
All right.
Hmm.
Third watch for the knights.
I'm part of this one.
Oh yeah, and you.
Wow. You
Oh,
can,
yeah,
you know,
and
say it with a little less disdain. Oh yeah, that one too.
Yeah, that one over there. Okay. Are you talking to the knights at all?
No, I am very much ignoring them.
Okay. They talk amongst themselves. And nothing happens during your watch. Fourth watch.
Also me. Do I roll again or you just take my 20?
You roll again.
20.
Wow.
World is so broken.
Yeah, just assume Zephyr is conscious, just existing in the background, as
Okay.
usual.
I'm technically by myself with, I think Kato is the only person that's watching with me.
Yeah. Kato is also just kind of there.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Present.
Yeah, nothing happens.
Woo!
You're all in the clear. And you wake up in the morning feeling like P. Diddy.
What?
Apparently, it's gonna be one of those nights.
Mike, come back!
I heard that.
Mike, where are you?
Give me like an hour.
You're stuck with me now. Ha ha!
Mike.
Glad no one got shanked by a lightning knife this time.
Nope.
It.
There was no sudden discharge.
God damn it. God damn it. I feel like you were waiting to use that one for a while.
It's been a while. Well, mostly since I named the blade. That was when it was like, oh yeah. Anyway. Nomad gets up in the morning and just keeps walking. Actually, he would. Yeah, right. Let me rewind. He gets up in the morning, notices that it's still raining, and just like looks at all of you. Just like, well, seems we're stuck in the storm.
I mean, I can check how it's gonna be for like, what, the next... Let me check through. Okay. Create a harmless sensory effect that predicts the weather at your location for the next 24 hours.
Okay.
Do a quick druid craft.
Okay.
24 hours.
Yeah, you sense rain and storms.
Maybe a whole lot of fucking rain for the next 24 hours.
Great.
Then we might as well walk.
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah, that's would be okay. I suppose.
Hmm.
And he just starts going.
I feel like Nomad's a little reluctant, like, you guys want to go through the rain? Alright, fine.
Hmm.
Alright. Just gonna follow Nomad. Seeing as
Yep.
he knows where he's going.
Is there is it super cloudy then? If it's storming? No sun?
Super cloudy.
Yes. Alright.
Sweet.
It's not considered dim light.
No, I know, but not considered bright light either.
That's true. It's
So
considered stormy light.
Stormy light.
it's considered average light.
Yeah, sure. Go with that.
All different flavors of Miller Lite.
No.
God. That's just
Vetoed.
Get out of here with that.
I had to make the joke. I was like, somebody's gonna say it eventually.
So are we climbing? Are we just climbing the mountain, or we're walking around the mountain?
There's a path that leads partway up. Like you guys are at the very base of it, so you're just beginning to ascend.
Hmm.
But it's nothing that's crazy, at least.
Oh, okay.
yet.
Okay, so no tree cover for a while, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it definitely. There's some trees here and there. But, it's not like the forest you just got out of.
Mhm.
Nomad, is this where there's supposed to be better incense?
It's supposed to, yeah. Did you want me to try to find some for you?
Please.
Yeah.
I can do that.
I'll help him.
Okay. Click advantage, click survival. Okay, yeah, I think 26 is high enough.
Jesus
I
Christ.
hope so.
Probably.
I
Okay.
rolled low.
Hmm.
That
he
was
finds
low.
he finds another 5 gold worth.
Neat.
I'm sure there's some further up the mountain as well, but
Hmm.
it's enough for now, I would assume.
Yeah, just, slowly but surely.
Slowly getting there to summon in that familiar.
It's better than what we had.
All right, and as you guys start making your way up the mountains, I need all of you to make nature checks.
Yes, I think I'm good at.
I'm actually pretty good at this too.
I'm not, but
Ooh.
we
Apparently not,
yeah,
though.
Bonnie and I are like, ooh, those ones. And
Ours is roll higher than the druid.
Because that's how dice work.
I mean, it's me. Come on. For stuff that's pointless to my character, I roll good. You know how this works.
All right, so roll for Nomad do. Nope, that's a 5. So Rowan, Ramona, and Zaris, you all notice that the higher you get up the mountain, and the closer you get to your destination, the more intense the storm gets.
huh, Nestor, you're breathing directly into your microphone.
That.
I was like, clearly we are getting closer to the storm. It's in Discord.
Alright, adjusting settings, I didn't know you all could hear that.
No, it's good. Don't worry.
And after about another, unless you're gonna say something.
Nope, just huh.
Okay. After about another hour, you notice the path ahead of you is blocked by rocks that seem to have cascaded down from the upper edge.
I missed what we noticed.
Noticed as you got closer to where you're assuming your destination is, the intensity of the storm picks up.
Oof.
And rocks are blocking our path.
Yep.
And rocks are blocking our path.
Yep. Just as it begins to get steeper, rocks
Okay.
have kind of formed over the top of the path.
I mean, if we had a big ox.
There are several large rocks in the way.
I mean, we can make a pretty big
Well, I
ox.
mean, if
Just
we-
saying.
I mean, I could just polymorph one of y'all if you would like. And suddenly, flies.
I can just fly myself, but that's a big spell.
Yeah. Let's
Does it
not-
look like there's any decent way to try and climb over it?
Make an investigation check.
I'll give
I
you
will-
guidance on that.
I
I
was-
will give you advantage.
I was gonna say, I was gonna
I said
also
it
look and
first.
see how, getting over the rocks would be possible.
You're guessing that if you're very careful, you might be able to make your way through the rocks.
Or we could try to brute force through them with an ox.
Listen, I know you want your kaiju, okay? But
I mean, not every problem can be solved with brute force.
I
most
agree.
can.
But this one probably can.
We literally constantly get strength things thrown at us because we're all shit at strength.
Because we're weak. Yeah.
And here I am with 12. The strongest of us all.
Yeah, the
Yes,
strongest
the
of us all
strongest.
with a 12.
Next decade, I
Sad.
use it 14.
Ooh.
No
She's
matter their-
with 13.
No matter there any other ways around.
Not really. At least not that I know of. This is the only way I've taken up the mountainside. But these rocks, and he looks at them and looks around. It's doesn't make sense where they came from.
I was right about to say, do these rocks not look like they fell?
You can make an insight check if you want.
Yeah, I
Sarah
want to see
starts
if, like,
looking around for any kind of possible ambush.
Yeah.
oh, 12.
I mean, I was gonna see if I could, determine the nature of the rocks, but I doubt I could do that.
I mean, yeah, I'll allow you to make a nature check.
How rocky are these rocks?
Do
Pretty
I
rocky.
recognize the parent material of these rocks to the rocks around us?
Looks like rocks. Would you like to make a nature check?
Sure, why not?
I mean, that was a 20, so I don't know how to get anything from that.
Yes, my nature might be a -1.
I love seeing that.
Wow.
Natural 20. Never mind. It's a natural 19.
Oh, that's
man.
funny.
Being a 19 in that green box is really hilarious.
All right. So let's see real quick here. Okay, and okay, so let's start. Zars, as you look around, you don't see anything lying in wait to ambush you. Both Nomad and surprisingly Rowan
Yeah.
are able to figure out these rocks probably didn't fall from anywhere. It seems like they were strategically placed by something.
How big are these rocks?
They're pretty fucking big.
The fuck? How are they strategically placed then?
Yeah, they're about twice your size.
How big is the path we're on, like width-wise?
It's 10 feet wide.
Okay.
That's not a large path.
Well, it's not bad. It's not like a 1x1 path.
Mhm. That also means turning into anything large is going to be an issue.
Actually, it would be 15 feet wide.
No, then we're good.
Yeah. And then, Zephyr, you're able to figure out that these rocks are the same type as, like, everything around them, but you're able to figure out that, like, the way that they're withered, actually, Vanya, you figure this out too. The way that they're withered seems like they came from higher up the mountain.
Someone purposely brought these down from higher up, put them here as to block off this path.
So how
Totally
high do
isn't
these rocks
suspicious at
go?
all.
The rocks themselves are stacked too high, so they go up about 25 feet.
Whoa! Too high? 25 feet? What the
Yeah.
frick?
It's like there's several, like, dozen rocks just crammed into this small area.
Holy moly.
Like, you're guessing if you were to, yeah, I'll give this to you guys too. You're guessing if you were to try to climb over them, and somebody were to slip, it would cause them all to start cascading further down the mountain, essentially running everybody down.
Is there an area, like,
Huh.
against the wall where I can see where the rocks start and the cliff face begins?
Not really. I mean, it's. I mean, yeah, you'd be able to kind of tell, but it's not like a clear as day. Like, oh, here it is. It's mixed in there pretty good.
Hey, Zephyr, do you think that maybe you could remember back on the boat when you became a spider? Do you think you
Oh
could
yeah,
do
the
that
wolf spider
now?
thing? Yeah, I can
Yeah,
try
and,
that if you would
climb
like.
up and see if there's anything on the other side of this rock wall, or if
I mean,
there's, I don't know.
I do warn you,
something.
I'm going to be a large spider, so if you're off put by any of that, please let me know now.
Also, don't stand too close so you know you don't get like thrown off or anything.
I'm also aware of that.
No, I don't mean you. I mean everyone else.
Yeah, that's fair.
I know you know. Just make sure everyone else knows. Someone's not standing like directly behind you and then just goes pew.
Okay,
it's like-
Zephyr will sort of address the party. He's like, anybody who does not want to see me turn into a wolf spider, please avert their eyes.
We've already seen it.
Yeah, I've seen it before.
Alright,
Looking at. Wait, did that one. The guard that. Oh, Harvey. Is Harvey with us?
I mean, the knights are all there.
Excellent. Pointedly look at Harvey as he turns into a spider.
Yeah, so you see the metal shift and bend, and he just assumes the shape of a wolf spider. Alright, I got... $4 hours, so he's gonna start making his way up the side of the mountain we're on, and try and go around and get a look almost on the other side of these rocks.
Okay. Yeah, it's easy enough to climb up the side of the mountain.
He's essentially just avoiding the the rock pile.
Yeah, makes sense. And eventually, you, after... Gotta calculate real quick. After 5 minutes, you do eventually come to the other side of the rocks.
Anything suspicious, or does it just look like an empty pathway?
Looks like an empty pathway from there on up.
Okay.
Oh.
Zephyr will get into view of the party. Try and make a few gestures as to, like, it looks clear on the other side.
Does anybody speak wolf spider?
Can't say I do.
Nope.
Okay, so none of you can communicate with beasts.
All of us look at Vanya.
Vanya just shrugs. Not exactly that kind of ranger.
Zephyr, do you understand what we're saying?
Gives a head nod, yes.
Oh, okay. Is it clear on the other side?
Head nods, yes.
Whole body shakes.
Just bobs up and down.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just kind of like goes up and down on his legs like he's doing a spider push-up.
Cute.
Uh,
I'm
are
drawing
you?
it.
Do you think you can like carry us over like one at a time, or are you not big enough for that?
I mean, it is a giant wolf spider, so assume, like, you know, you're...
It's a medium creature.
Yeah, medium creature.
So no.
How? Oh, I guess you can't answer how long it took him to get across.
Well, it
I
took
mean,
me like 5 minutes.
we can judge by him coming back into view.
Oh
so.
yeah, right.
I'd say
And
it'd
it
be
was like
10 minutes later.
10
Yeah.
minutes. So
You guys would be able to figure out pretty quick. That's a lot of fucking rocks.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
well,
You guys can see about several, like, dozen and a half. When Zephyr goes up, Zephyr, you see several hundred.
oh shit.
Jesus.
Oh.
This goes up for a ways.
It goes up for a long time.
Like, more than we have rope for, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Like, you do notice, like, as the rocks go up a little bit, then they level out for a ways, and then they go up more, like, completely just covering the path. One slip up from this path could cause the whole thing to collide.
Okay.
It would mostly go down the path, I'm assuming.
Yes, which the party is currently standing on with no way of getting off. So,
Other than jumping.
yes.
How high up are we?
Several thousand feet.
Oh, okay.
So one fall, instant death.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hmm.
Hope somebody brought Featherfall.
Hope
I'm
someone
going to-
prepared that.
Yeah, I
I'm gonna
don't have
take the
that.
awkward chuckles as a no.
I don't even have Featherfall.
Well, clearly we're not getting around this, and I don't think we should risk touching this thing at all. So we'll just have to find another way, I guess.
I guess so.
So we don't have any choice here, unless, looking at Kato, Nomad, and the knights, unless any of you have a better idea.
I can't say I do. I don't have the right spells prepared for
I
this,
can-
or I don't even think I have the right spells for.
Zephyr will come down and drop.
Kato and Nomad
Wild
just
shape?
kind of look at each other like, I mean, we could get around it, but it's the rest of you that we worry about.
Zephyr will drop wild shape and address the party. I might have a way of doing this, but it'll have to be one at a time.
Uh-huh.
You guys do notice too at this point that the storm is beginning to brew heavier above you.
Goof.
Oh,
I hate
So-
it.
that's...
Oh,
We should
Hmm.
definitely get farther away from this and find some place we're at least sort of safe in case something happens. I'm not very comfortable standing here next to a wall of rocks that could fall on us and kill us at any time.
Yeah, I agree.
Zephyr will tell y'all he has a spell that would allow you to climb upside the cliff face and around the rocks, but it would only be one of you at a time.
How many times can you cast that?
Let me do some quick math.
2 + 2 = 4. Quick math.
Damn it. I thought I was over that.
I think I can do this at least 6 times.
How long does it last?
About an hour.
That's better than mine.
Okay, so 6 of us. Kato and Nomad don't need our help. You don't need it either because you can just, do the spider thing again. Does this mean we leave the knights behind?
Okay, bye.
have fun, good
Damn.
luck.
Have fun storming the castle.
I knew someone was going to say that.
Yeah, he's essentially telling y'all he can do spider climb.
Okay, well, any other ideas, or do we just, what do we do?
It would put me mostly out of spell slots, though.
Yeah, so if we encounter a problem, then we could find a bigger problem.
Yeah, I can cast fly on 2 of us, but I can only hold it for 10 minutes, so we're gonna have to be quick.
Did
Okay,
it
so
look-
you kind of are
did
going
it-
into the storm.
Well,
That too.
Hmm.
Yes, and it does seem to be getting very intense. And then
We should go.
there are
We should wait this out.
like lightning strikes do happen in the distance, but they seem to be coming your direction.
Okay, and we start walking back down the mountain. Safely yet swiftly.
Okay.
Yeah, I can also do polymorph for 1 hour. It just depends on what you guys would like me to polymorph into.
Can you make a very big spider that can carry people?
That's a good question, Josh. What is the biggest thing I could polymorph into?
At your level, a T-Rex.
T-Rex?
Perfect.
Something that can fly. The biggest thing I can fly.
Giant eagle.
Giant eagle. How many could I fit on the back of a giant eagle?
1.
How many could he carry in his claws?
1.
How many could I... So it would be like 1 on back, 1 in claws, over rocks, in a storm. I don't know how long that'll take.
It'd
Probably
be an
Well, we
intense
should-
storm.
We
Yes,
should
it is
definitely
quite
just
intense.
leave the storm for now.
Yeah, no, we're not
Yeah.
doing anything
We are-
until the storm calms down.
Yeah,
we
we're
need
leaving
to
the
get away
storm.
from these rocks right now, 'cause since the storm is getting worse.
Yeah.
These might get knocked loose and start coming towards us.
Yeah, we have already started.
Yeah, I would say. I'm assuming you guys have started walking at this
Yeah.
point.
Maybe even a light
Yes.
jog.
Yeah, like
All right,
Well,
White
I
John.
think the
That's it.
momentum-
Roll athletics. I'm just kidding.
Oh god.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm not.
we're-
I'm not.
well, I'm
running.
gonna
I'm not
die.
slipping.
I was gonna say, we're all dead.
Okay. And you make your journey back down the mountainside.
How far up had we gone when we got to those rocks?
Well, you traveled for about 3 hours.
Okay.
No, it was long. It was about 5 hours.
Oh, shit.
Just to get to those rocks.
Mhm.
Woo.
So we have options. Just now figuring out how we want to approach this.
Well-
You guys do. You do make it back down to where you had camped, right at the base of the mountain. And Kato tells you, "I'm gonna scout around and see if I can find another way up."
You do that, Kato.
Yes, please.
And he walks off.
I'm assuming Druid
Notice
Craft
the
still
storm.
tells me all rain for.
Yes. Yes. Rain
We
and
also
storms.
know that those rocks were put there, not, they didn't fall there. So, who knows what we might find? Look how big those rocks were. Who knows what we might find on the other side?
Mhm.
Possible giants.
Yeah, very possible.
I mean, we
A few
could
minutes
trigger
later,
it.
you do hear the sound of what you're guessing was thunder, but then it continues rumbling as you hear off in the distance a large cascade of rocks.
Oh,
I was just about to suggest that.
are we safe where we are?
You don't know.
Let's
Definitely
move.
gonna move away.
We start
from
moving
that.
farther into the forest, away from the,
Yep.
away from the mountain.
Yep.
Talk about rocks fall, everyone dies.
Yeah, you move further away. After several minutes, you hear the rocks stop falling.
Only
Well.
one guy died.
Well, hopefully that means the path is clear in the morning.
Hopefully. Or at least easier.
Y'all don't want to check to make sure Kato's alright?
How
Well,
would we do
we're
that?
How do
we're
we
gonna
do
go
that?
back. We're gonna go back towards our camp. We just moved for safety purposes,
Alright.
and we can go see how many of the rocks fell, because it doesn't mean it was all of them.
That's probably going to be a task for the morning.
Well, just if we see them at the bottom of the mountain, I mean.
True.
I need you guys to make another nature check.
Alright.
Yeah.
The whole lot of us? Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh, a 5.
Okay, so everybody but Rowan. You notice as you retreat away from the base of the mountain, the storm seems to recenter itself back above the mountain.
Is there any way to discern, like, a connection, some kind of, like, maybe magical connection between the storm and what we're seeing, like, on the mountain with the rocks and whatnot? Or just any kind of connection at all?
I was about to ask that being a druid and all.
Make an Arcana check.
Yep. Super
will
good at
give you-
those.
I'll give you advantage.
Oh,
I would probably be trying to figure that out myself.
Wow!
Listen. At least it tracks. I would be more concerned if you did understand what was going on.
No, I'll roll an Arcana. Hang on. God damn, I'm just keep rolling average here.
Alright, so for your connection and understanding of
Funsies.
magic with your connection to nature, you're guessing that something's going on, that the storm is just persistent. It's probably going to last a long time, if not forever. and it seems to be keeping itself hovering over this mountain.
Almost as if it's a magic storm.
Almost, but it seems natural.
It's like, That's he'll sort of say aloud to the party that it seems natural, but there's probably some magic involved.
Is Nomad still with us?
Nomad is still with you. He has decided to sit by you and not sit in a tree.
How kind of him.
Well, thoughtful.
Nomad, is there a history of anything like this in the area?
With this storm?
Well, a storm that doesn't... okay.
You also said it doesn't seem like it's gonna end, like, ever.
Say the storms are common, but one that lingers above a mountain, not really. Not that I've heard of, at least. But then again, the people that live on the mountain might be using the storm as cover.
Who lives on the mountain?
The elves.
Ew.
Ah,
Think perhaps they don't want us there?
I don't think it's us they don't want there.
Is there anything in the nearby area that would pose them harm?
Yeah, maybe the pack of gnolls we just encountered.
Besides the gnolls, anything naturally occurring besides the gnolls and the demons and the shit.
I think that
Right.
answers your questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Out
we
of
would
the
have to worry
ordinary,
about
I
the
think.
giants, but I don't think that they do.
Wait,
Giants usually coexist with them.
there's giants in the area?
Oh, several hundred. I'm assuming the giants are probably what put the stones in our way.
So the giants and the elves work together, or they just sort of live on the same mountain and call it?
They live on the same mountain. I've never known them to actually work together.
Ah, okay.
But my guess is with the recent encounters we've had, that they're preparing so they don't have to deal with things like Yanagu coming for them. The Yanagu would just destroy the rocks, but that's beside the point. They would at least have a head start.
Do we see the rocks that, like, came down the mountain anywhere near the base of the mountain, or no?
No, well, you guys went further into the forest.
Well, because we started walking back towards camp.
Oh,
That's maybe just
then
sorry.
still no.
Okay. Hmm. Well, should we just get back to sleep and try again in the morning?
I think that's the only option we have.
Yeah.
Sort of.
We did just spend 10 hours climbing a mountain and made no progress.
Well, we made progress up to a point.
It's not like we knew the rocks were there, so.
Yeah.
Alright. Start setting up camp.
Yep.
All right.
I'll put up my
Thankfully-
tiny hut when we're about to go to bed.
Thankfully, we don't need to ever have a tinderbox, because Zephyr can just light fires whenever he wants.
Same.
Yep.
Druidcraft,
Okay.
surprisingly useful.
How are you guys doing watches since Kato's not here?
Same way we did last time, except maybe someone from the group of 3 can join me.
I mean, Zephyr sort of ever present. It's whether or not you want him to roll watches while he's resting.
I don't want to talk to a statue. Sure.
I can move on to watch with Rowan.
Yeah.
Whichever one doesn't have the knights.
4.
4.
I did 4 with Kato.
I'll be
So
on
watch
second
1 is the
again.
squishy squad.
I'll be on second watch again.
I was about to say I was going to stick to first watch if y'all wanted to.
Why are we changing their watches around?
Yeah.
Let's go with what we had the last time.
God
Except
damn it, you
Vanya-
change them for character development if you talk to each other. That's why.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We don't want to talk to each other. We
Yeah.
want to get up this freaking mountain.
Zaris is still on the second watch.
But Cyrus isn't going to start
If anybody
conversation.
wanted to switch to his watch, they're more than welcome to.
I think we should keep watches the exact same they were as the previous night. The group of 3 was Vanya, Zaris, and Zephyr. Vanya moves to watch 4, and then everything is fine.
There you go.
Okay, so it's just
Perfect.
Zaris and Zephyr.
Watch number 1.
Watch number 1. I'm gonna roll a perception check.
Me too. I don't think
Wow.
we can draw in my book for a while.
No.
Too much rain.
I mean, does the rain go through the tiny hut?
No.
Yeah, but we're watching
No.
right now. We can't draw.
Their heads are
Exactly.
just peeking out of the...
We
You
can
really
see
only
out
have
the
to, like,
hut.
You only really have to, like, stand up.
It doesn't
Okay.
mean we should be looking down at a book.
Right?
Got a
Any
point.
conversation between the two of you?
We're probably just discussing what we're gonna draw in the book when we get it.
Okay. Second watch. Nothing happens on your first watch.
Yeah, there's my good roll for the night.
Yeah, the rain's fucking with Zephyr's vision.
Okay. Zaris. Actually, are you guys gonna have any conversation on your watch?
Yeah, any conversation between the two Z's?
Probably not. With that perception check, he's really looking.
With that, I'm probably more focused on making sure there's no rain in my eyes.
Yeah, you guys are on like the top of the watch, so we could just call the shift as easy top.
Oh my god.
Mike, please.
Can we implement some kind of anti-bonus for you because of that joke?
Nope.
So no...
Can we give you
There is
reverse
no
inspiration?
Yeah, exactly. So I was thinking a 1d4 reverse inspiration.
Alright, you know what? Zaris loses a level. There.
Oh,
Alright.
jeez.
I'm just kidding. So as you guys sit there in silence, Zaris, you notice, you hear what sounds like light footsteps, and several of them coming from the northwest where the mountain is, and they seem to be heading toward the west.
I would relay that information to everybody and let them know.
Mm-hmm.
Wake everybody up.
Yeah, just in case.
Okay.
It's better to be safe and prepared than sorry.
What?
Sort of just
Honestly-
stop meditating.
For a sec, I thought I heard that it's better to be safe than prepared and sorry.
Safe and prepared than sorry. But yeah, I'd relay the information.
Eh. She'll sit up and rub her eyes.
Okay. Anybody that wants to can make a perception check.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
20.
Sure.
Or 15, sorry. You rolled at the same time as me. I got it with me. Too fast!
No, I'm too tired.
Alright. So, the only people that don't notice are Zephyr and Ram. You do hear the footsteps as well.
So they're coming from what direction?
Well, they're in the northwest, heading west. So they're
And
getting
where's the-
further away from you, technically speaking.
Oh.
But they're close. You can hear them.
Do they sound like a medium-sized creature, a me-sized creature, or like there's something bigger or smaller?
They sound like they sound like there's several of them, and that they're smaller than. I'd say they're medium creatures.
Okay.
Probably more
With
like kobolds.
With my 120 feet of dark vision, I don't see them.
Actually, at 120 feet, you would.
Oh.
You would see a pack of wolves.
Ah!
They don't seem to notice the camp at all. They just kind of run through the forest.
Oh, did we not light a fire?
You're in a tiny hut. Did you want to?
Yeah. Oh,
the
right,
fire-
yeah.
It's an opaque dome. I'm pretty sure light's not getting through.
Nope.
When you say a pack, how many?
It's hard to make out an exact amount, but you're guessing there's at least a dozen.
Ooh. I relay said information to the group.
Interesting.
How far out are they?
About 100 feet.
And they're walking away from us.
They're running.
Away from us.
Yes. They're running from the northwest to the west.
And the mountains in what direction?
The northwest.
Oh. Well, that's interesting.
From what Rowan's told us, can we get a sense if, like, maybe they're running from something?
Yeah, do they look like they're running scared or just running?
You can make an insight check, Rowan.
Let's see.
I'll give you guidance.
What does guidance do?
Extra 1d4.
Ooh. Dun, dun. Oh, nice.
So add one to the roll.
26!
Okay. You're guessing they're running from something.
They are definitely running from something.
Should we
Look
hide?
in the direction they're running from, do I see anything?
Nope.
And don't hear anything.
Nope.
Interesting. I mean, we're all in this hut, right? So, who knows? Maybe it's just Kay, chasing the wolves.
You hear a storm.
Of course we do.
We're in the hut and nothing can get in here.
Correct.
So
Or see us, so I think we should just wait, I guess.
yeah, I'm going to go back to bed.
Me too.
Yeah.
Wake me up for my watch.
I was gonna say, hey look, it's my watch!
Sorry to wake you.
Yeah, I'm going back to sleep.
Because ours is still going to be looking in that general direction where they were being chased from.
Okay.
Just watching for anything possibly coming up on us.
And then a little while later, it's the end of your watch. Nothing appears at all.
Me and the knights. Fitting.
All right. Are you talking with the knights at all?
So there's 3 knights, the prosecutor, and the adjudicator.
Yep.
Damn, we're a lot of people in this hut. We are
Bit of a tight squeeze.
tight-knit group in here.
They can fit 9 comfortably, so
But it's
somebody's going to be sitting there.
Yeah, we're comfy.
We're cozy.
Body warmth. Roan's going to look at the prosecutor, prosecutor, and just be like, "Are you even sorry for what you did, taking us away from our homes?" Especially those of us who have committed no crime.
She makes some signs. And the adjudicator, who is busy in a conversation, realizes what's going on, and it's like, oh, right, sorry.
Do your job.
No.
Cool.
Did he straight up say no?
He needed to translate that.
No.
Well, there was an explanation. He just didn't tell you.
Oh.
She went for a while, but he just said no.
Oh,
So
okay.
you know he's not telling you everything, but there
Yeah.
was an explanation.
That clearly looked like a lot more than just no.
It was. You want to hear the rest of it?
No, I just asked for fun. Yeah, I want to hear the rest of it.
She says that she's glad that you were found innocent of your crimes, but she would do it all over again if it means catching somebody that's actually guilty.
You do realize you arrested me just because, like, I have pointy ears and blue skin.
Don't scratch that.
Sorry, jeez, my bad.
Is that what she said? Wow.
The prosecutor just shakes her head yes.
And you don't feel bad at all for having taken me away from the people that I care about just because of the way I look.
It's
It
funny
gives
how
you like the maybe, like the hand leveling bullshit. It's like, eh.
Eh.
I don't think Zephyr's conscious for this, and it's like can't like he could see and hear this, but if he could respond, he'd be like, "I am heavily in your favor right now, Rowan."
Or Rowan just like looks at Zephyr and like rolls her eyes, knowing that he knows like what's going on.
And is like can sympathize with what she's talking about.
You people are a real piece of work. I don't even understand how your god could be proud of the things that you do. It's shameful, really. And she ignores them.
Okay. Nothing happens on your watch.
Ew.
And fourth watch.
Hey.
Hey.
Okay. Any conversation?
Yeah, after like an hour, Vanya will look at Rowan and just say, I have an odd question.
Sure.
I've never really been in a situation where I had a lot of free time or time that I needed to spend maybe with my hands busy. Do you have like a hobby or something you do during watch? Or I get bored looking for suggestions on how to keep myself busy or busy while we walk, just something. This aimless walking, following nomad we're doing is starting to drive me a little mad.
She's getting fidgety.
Well, I mean, during the day, my main focus is sort of like not looking at the sun, because, you know, that's unpleasant. So
makes
it's
sense.
sort of just like watching where I walk. I kind of just get to look at the ground, which is sort of cool. You get to see a lot of interesting stuff. You'd be surprised the things you find on the forest floor.
Yeah.
Sort of see pretty flowers, some mushrooms. As for during watch, well, you're normally supposed to be keeping yourself busy by watching. But I don't know. You can look at the stars, you can, but that's sort of, you know, counterproductive to watching. Because if you're
Yeah.
looking at the sky, you're not exactly looking around you, so, you know, not the best.
Yeah.
it's sort of hard to be occupied. Again, like I said, you're supposed to be watching, so
I know, and
I feel like it would suck kind of bad if you were just, I don't know, like knitting, and then we were, ambushed, and then everybody was like, "What were you doing?" And you were like, "Listen, I really wanted to knit a sweater for my little familiar once I get him back," but
As
just
someone who knits, anyway.
Yep. Would 100% knit sweater for familiar.
Yeah. So it's just I don't really know what to
No,
tell you about.
you're right. This is not anything I'm really used to. So I'm just trying to find my trying to adjust. And it's weird.
I guess I'm just pretty much used to the silence and the watching. I spent many years simply sitting around listening to monks who are not very talkative. So there was a lot of meditating, which is
Yeah,
something that I miss doing during the day since we spend all of our time walking. Probably try and do that next time I get a chance.
I've never meditated before. Do you enjoy it? Well, I mean, obviously you say you miss it, so you must enjoy it.
No, fucking sucks. No.
It's the worst. No, this. I don't know why I was asking. It's not really a helpful question in the situation we're in
Yeah,
right now.
you shouldn't really have your eyes closed also when you're supposed to be watching. Again, that's quite counterproductive
Yeah.
to the, being on watch part of watch.
Yeah.
It would also be kind of awkward. Hey, what were you doing? I don't know. I was just had my eyes closed and I wanted to see how zen I could get. And then, next thing you know, hey, we're under attack.
I don't think I can be zen anyway. Too many thoughts.
No one thinks they can be zen or have a quiet mind, but with enough patience and enough practice, it sort of just comes naturally eventually. It was a little easier for me since that's sort of how I quote unquote sleep, in a sense. So it wasn't too hard to get the hang of it.
Yeah. Thank you. Sorry that was such an odd question.
Trust me, you're much better company than those guys pointing at all the sleeping knights in their cuddle puddle.
I mean, that feels like a very low bar, but thank you.
Well, you're much higher than them. I was just pointing out that, like, my
Okay.
last watch was really not that fun.
Okay. Do you
To
want
be fair, there's
do you
still
want to Do you want
you do
to-
hear a voice too behind you, Rowan, as the person you didn't know that was awake, Nomad. It's just
Oh.
I thought it was entertaining.
did
Oh.
they say
Oh, do you sleep like me too? I just didn't think about that.
No,
Oh, you're just awake? Oh, okay.
your talking woke me up.
sorry?
It's hard with the sound of the storm and the voices.
You found it entertaining? Me asking them questions and them being rude?
Well, it's almost like you're judging them for judging you.
I mean, to be fair, they started it.
Oh yes, they're awful human beings, but it's they,
I mean,
they
I wasn't-
follow their
I wasn't
god so
judging them.
blindly. Like
I was questioning them. Not the same thing.
I feel like Nomad finds it endearing. It's like there's such blind faith. It's so cute.
Blind faith only leads to trouble.
it's true.
What about you, Nomad? Do you have faith in anything?
Time.
How much time have you seen?
How many years have you walked this planet? Well,
Oh,
that was a tough
Oh.
question, I guess.
Gotta scroll through my character sheet and find out what I put.
My
It's like
Discord
you
cut out.
could have
Did you
just
say
said
anything?
no.
What's
I
up?
mean,
Said my Discord cut out after I said, "How much time have you seen?"
He asked you how many years you've walked the planet.
Oh, 49.
I think it's somewhere around 30. It might be more, it might be less. I'm honestly not sure.
In your time here on this landscape, I've seen close to 15 years. As a collective, through other places and other times, I've seen probably close to 3,000.
That's a lot of time.
Yeah.
I've seen what this area becomes in the future.
Is it good or is it bad?
It depends on your path. Whether you
Please
choose
tell me
to
that-
help people or deny them.
Tell me that at least these guys pointing at the law bearers don't like rule the world.
He reaches over and touches one of them, and his eyes go blank. And after a few seconds, his eyes come back, and he says, "I don't think you have to worry about that."
I mean, it's not like I want them to die like tomorrow. It's just, you know.
You see his eyes like look at you, like he looks at you questionable, like quizzically. Everyone's fates can be altered. Time is not a constant, although it feels like it sometimes.
So you can see someone's future just by touching them?
I don't see it, no.
You just know it?
I go there.
Oh,
It's odd. Do you only go into the future? Do you go into the past as well?
I can go into the past. How I ended up here.
huh.
Huh.
On the grand scale, we are the beginning. There's not
Will
much
you go
time
into-
back I can go.
Will you go into someone's future if they ask you to?
No. That alters their future.
Oh. Well, I mean, looking but not telling.
I do it more out of curiosity. But for the few seconds here that it takes me, I'm gone for several years.
Oh. Wow. Have you done it to any of us?
I've done it twice in your company.
Thoroughly
Seen-
entertained and slightly worried.
Seen how the adjudicator falls.
Is that the one like that he just touched?
Yep.
Okay.
And I've also seen the Warforged die.
Sorry, what?
You're asleep. You're
He's
hibernating.
You can hear
He's
it.
on standby.
Here's so, like, alarms behind the eyes are happening.
You're able to figure out pretty quickly that that's what he didn't tell you. Just the familiarity of him touching you when he grabbed the adjudicator, and then the few seconds of
But now,
eerie silence.
but now hasn't that changed since you've now told him that you know how he dies? Will that not change?
Sure that course has changed.
Huh.
I would have to try it again to see.
You know, I don't think he'll like that too much.
I'm not going to. I figure that the death by 50,000 null spears wasn't correct.
Oh. Looking at Zephyr, dodged a bullet there, bud. Or I guess dodged a spear. For 50,000 of them.
All the alarms behind the eyes, if you can tell. All the worry.
I mean, at least you know now that it's possible that you die, and that, you know, you're not like some immortal machine.
Oh, it's guaranteed.
Okay,
Again,
you know, you
all
really
the
don't.
worry. She's not
You
helping.
really don't need to, you know, freak him out more. That's enough.
Well, most stuff.
Rose's not
guaranteed.
helping. You're
Just
both
your-
not helping all the worry
Your
behind his
death
eyes.
is guaranteed. His death is guaranteed. My death is eventually guaranteed.
Well, I know, but no one really likes to talk about it.
It's just another part of time. If you'll excuse me, I'd like to get back to sleep.
But sure, sorry for waking you.
Yeah,
Apologies.
sorry.
Wait enough time for like Nomad to have gone back to sleep, and then
It
look
doesn't
over.
take very long.
Look over at Vanya and be like, "Hey, look, there's something you can do in your free time. Read people's fortunes." You definitely won't be as good as him, but you can try.
Suppose I could. That was weird, right?
To be fair, he's kind of weird, but he's useful, so.
That's yeah. Just wanted to make sure that is not necessarily a normal
No.
thing. Okay.
Being, you know, 3,000 years old as a, you know, culmination of whatever, that's a little strange, yeah. Even for elf.
Isn't he a half elf?
He's a half elf.
Well, I know, part elf, you know.
Isn't that like a little bit more than human lifespan, sort of?
Yeah.
Not by much though.
Yeah, just a little bit.
No,
Oh.
yeah, that's. I mean, half elves. We don't live that much longer than our human ancestry.
Wonder
weird.
if you could make it like a fun game and sort of just like every time you want to sort of like change how your future is gonna go, just have Nomad pop in and out.
My future has already changed from what I thought it would be,
Same
and I
here.
think for now I'm okay with seeing where I end up.
I think all of us are pretty much on a new path. Up by, you know, squad over there. Well, we'd all be dead.
That's true. Supposedly everything is supposed to happen for a reason, but I've doubted that for the last few months, even before we were taken prisoner.
Well, you'll only know that reason when it happens, so for now, you just haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah, you're right.
It's one of the other fun mysteries of life. Waiting. At least it'll give you time to knit plenty of sweaters.
Have to find yarn first. I have to find incense before I can find anything else.
And charcoal.
Yeah. It's a weird process that I haven't had to do many times. I kind of forgot that I should.
Yeah, I miss
Carry
those little
things.
guys. They were fun to have around.
Yeah, I miss him a lot.
Don't worry. Once we find some sort of civilization, or maybe if we just get lucky, we'll be able to find everything you guys need.
I hope we find something soon, because I also forgot to grab more arrows before we left the main camp, and it's going to become a problem soon.
Yeah, that's, Hey, maybe you can ask Nomad. He's got a bunch, I think. Maybe.
He pulls his weapons out of nowhere, and that's weird.
Yeah, that is a little strange. But maybe he's willing to share. Only maybe a couple, if you need some.
I hope so, otherwise this is going to be a very long trip. Or it might be very short for me.
Nah, don't worry. You'll be fine. Just go back to, throwing that knife that you had before.
I should probably practice that. I wasn't that good.
I mean, we did pretty good on the boat.
Yeah, we're doing okay out here, aren't we?
Yeah, I mean, we've only had one death, and then he got resurrected, so Well, I guess there's maybe more than one death if we include the lawbearers, but
I'm inclined to not care as much.
Same. They chose their own path when they decided to, set sail across the ocean. But yeah, we should definitely make sure that our little more squishy friends are careful.
Yeah. Keep an eye on them.
Especially those two, pointing at Ramona and Ebony. I mean, I know he died, but those two honestly worry me way more. Especially Ramona, she constantly ends up in places that she really should not be.
Oops.
I really don't know how, but it's amazingly impressive.
I
She's in the
roll
back, and
over
then
when
next
she
thing
says my name.
Next thing you know, she's right in it, and she's being hit by 6 different things, and she was 60 feet behind me 2 seconds ago. So I just don't know how it happens. She's like a
honestly,
magnet.
It's very impressive the way she either draws herself to trouble or trouble is drawn to her.
Yeah,
maybe it's the glowing.
Yeah, I guess maybe it's their enemies are moths, and she's like a flame.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll just give her a hat or something. Can you knit her a hat?
I haven't taken up knitting yet. I'll add it to the to-do list.
Oh, Rowan reaches into her bag. And you see her rummaging around in there for a while. No, not that. You hear a potion kind of clinking around. Oh no, Kate, careful, watch out, don't. And she goes, aha, pulls out her weaver's tools and hands them to Vanya. There you go. Now you can start practicing.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And we watch.
I was gonna say, I think we're done.
Okay. I'm sure as you figured out by now, nothing happens on your one.
I was gonna say, if nothing happened during all that, these are some really shitty monsters.
Well, it's not a very, high dangerous area right now.
You're attacked by a bunny.
Come on, rabbit!
All fear.
You all wake up in the morning.
I mean, we all know rabbits are dynamite.
Did Kato ever come back?
Not yet.
Don't know if that should be a worrying sign or not. Is it still super cloudy?
Yes.
Excellent.
Not long after you guys wake up, though, Kato does come back.
Druidcraft, soaring. Question mark.
Rain and storms. With high winds this time.
In what direction?
He essentially gets like the hourly forecast. And it's just like, yeah, there's some high winds later today.
Just let me know if ever it's about to get sunny, okay?
I'll let you know. For now,
Thanks.
it's a lot of fucking rain.
Whatever. Kato, did you find anything?
Real quick, Josh, why did I leave?
I should probably tell you. To scout around the mountain, see if you could find an alternate way up. Path they previously tried that was covered in rocks.
Gotcha. And I take it I did not find a way.
No.
But there were
I
some
did not.
rocks that apparently crumbled in the distance. Did you have anything to do with that?
No.
No.
Josh, did I? No. Did you see them by any chance?
I heard them.
Well, I guess we should just head back up and see if we're lucky and we can get across now. If ever we have to, we do have a game plan to get most of us across.
Let's see what's up there. We'll come to a final decision.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And
And
we
we're going to take a 10-minute break right here.
hit the mountain.
Alright, good.
Alrighty.
That gives me enough time to prep spells.
Also gives me a chance to fill Mike in.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
That's fair.
Alrighty, then we will be back in about 10-ish minutes. And we're back.
All right, taking full control.
Dun dun dun.
They swapped
Alright.
what?
Now anticipate the TPK.
All right, so you've all woken up and are making your way back to the mountains. Then that's what I heard.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, great.
I will cast Mage Armor today.
Probably a
Extra
good idea.
cautious. Extra cautious.
So, you start making your way up the mountains, and once again, you come to this mountain pass that seems to be completely blocked up.
Again.
What's that?
Still blocked?
It's still blocked.
Damn.
Do these look like the same rocks, or they look like new rocks?
Oh, make a perception. No, they're the same rocks.
Unless this is I want this here.
Well,
Well.
well.
The walk plan?
I mean, I guess we only really have one choice. There's no other way around, unless we all go and maybe we find something that Kato didn't, but I don't really see that happening.
I don't think we will. I think we should just proceed as planned.
Agreed.
Alright, so if we do this right, Amity can make herself and one other person fly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
You'll have
so let's just say we've
You'll be
got-
faster than you would be just by walking. By double.
You do
Yeah.
notice that the storm clouds are still present, and as you're standing there looking at the mountain pass, they are drifting closer to you.
Yes, thank you, Storm. We know you're here and you're not going anywhere. Yeah.
You clearly don't like that we're here.
Well, fine, be that way.
We will.
I see like a sad face appear in the clouds. Does it look like the storm gets worse the farther up we get?
Maybe.
Well, like judging by the way it looked the whole time we were down on the ground, and then we start going up, and
I
then
got mad.
we left. Like going by what we saw yesterday, since this is our second round of doing this now.
Yeah.
Is it doing the same thing essentially it did yesterday, where as we start walking up it gets worse, and then once we go back down it's not as bad?
More or less, yeah.
I mean, sense would suggest the closer you get to the cloud, the heavier it's gonna get.
Does it?
Yes,
I think
but
it would be the same, wouldn't it?
I mean, it looks much angrier than, you know.
well, like yesterday when we were up at the rocks, the storm started coming towards us and got really intense. When we went down, it went back to where it was. It's now doing the same thing again. It's getting closer to us and probably going to get more intense again.
Yeah.
Well, but I thought that was what it did yesterday. It got closer to us when we started going up and then went
Yeah.
back to the center. Okay, so it is.
Yeah, it's
Cool,
doing the
cool.
same thing as yesterday.
And
I think he said now, not.
Speaking of which, Josh, can we get a background storm soundtrack?
Oh, goody.
Thank
It's been
no.
birds this whole time. I'm like, damn.
you.
Calling
Some
this
brave
resilient-ass
birds.
bird.
Yeah.
like, does this pathway, 15 feet, is that doesn't seem big enough for, say, a T-Rex, would it?
Ugh.
Yeah.
15 wide path seemed big enough for a T-Rex to fit on.
That's a terrible idea. You're gonna hit one rock with your freaking little stubby little arms, and we're all dead.
I mean, I was suggesting on the back and then trudge through rock. But that,
I don't think that's gonna work.
What about giant T-Rex stomp on rock? And then everybody else walk.
Well, the rocks cover the whole path, so if we
I-
move, they all just come down on us.
True. I like the plan we have anyway.
Alright. So no giant T-Rex. Just through the path.
Okay, but wait. There's one thing we never considered. We have our way of getting across. What happens if we get across and then, you know, bad things happen? Like, say the storm gets really upset and all of a sudden it's like lightning striking on us or whatever. Then we can't get back over the rocks. We're stuck on that side in, you know.
I mean, we're out of options at this point. This is the only direction we can go in.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just gonna risk it
Yep.
and hope
Yeah.
that nothing
That's
bad
what
happens.
it looks like.
I mean, do y'all want to try that suggestion? That's the question.
No.
Do you,
I think we
what
should
is our
try.
other plan?
T-Rex. We're not doing the T-Rex plan, okay?
No,
T-Rex
I
is
mean-
off the table.
We need to cross. There is no larger plan aside from the fact that we need to get across these rocks. We don't have another option.
Precisely.
Actually, the other option would be going west and forget about this denizens in the mountains that Nomad told us about.
What's west?
Thing that he wants us to go in.
Yeah, this was merely a pit stop to get supplies, but it's going to be more trouble than it's worth. Then perhaps we should just cut our losses and continue west.
What do you think, Nomad?
It's up to you guys.
Well, you've been out here
Yeah.
longer than any of us, so
Say we cross these rocks. Manage to do so successfully without any problems arising.
any problem.
Jesus!
Like, well, okay then.
Will the elves even allow us to join them?
So a very good question.
Well, Nomad, you're the expert. Do these elf people often take in travelers?
That's a good question. I've never brought anyone else here.
So in other words, there's a whole lot of
There's a whole lot of maybes.
So maybe it's not worth then.
So then if we go
Attention.
west, what is there between us and where we're going west? Nothing? Just open road?
Trees.
And, no man, didn't you say there were a bunch of caches of yours around?
Everywhere.
Any on this mountain?
No.
No, well.
All right,
Okay, well,
we need to come to a decision.
Alright, let's take a vote. Who wants to go over the rocks and not know what's on the other side?
Anybody
get
raises their hand.
electrocuted.
What'd you say, Mike?
This was Kato saying, and be struck by lightning. I said electrocuted, but struck by lightning works too.
Eh.
Eh.
Man, I'm all
Anybody
for the
raise their
T-Rex
hand?
plan.
So does Vanya.
I mean, I'm all for the T-Rex line.
No one is.
Y'all think?
No one
no one
else
else
is. I don't want to die by landslide, thanks.
What if we rode the
No worries.
T-Rex?
No, then
That
the
was the
T-Rex will probably get
fucking
covered by a
one.
landslide, honestly. There's a fuck ton of rocks.
But I was suggesting T-Rex, then Ramona makes him big.
I can only make you big for a minute.
It would be one.
And then you'll get
good
crushed by
minute.
rocks. For a minute you'll stand strong, and then you'll die. Alright, so Vanya over, Amity over.
In that case, Zephyr's not raising his hand for that.
Alright, Ramona.
I no.
No. Alright, Zeris.
No.
I don't know though.
Doesn't really matter to me what you guys want to do. I'll go with either one.
No, you need to vote.
No, you have to make a vote. None of this flippy floppy. Pick one.
I choose find another way then. This way is a little risky.
Alright, looks like we're outvoted.
Yeah, just with the giants and then the elves and then the rocks and then the storm and I don't know, I feel like it's just a lot of potentially
get it.
deadly.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, no. I liked the idea of being able to gather more supplies. That was
Yeah, I'm
True,
sorry.
but at the same time, it might kill us trying to get to those supplies.
We also might
I
get
mean,
to them and they
anything
might
can
say
kill
no.
us.
But they could say no too.
That too, we could do all this for them to then just say no, turn around. I feel like it's just too many negative variables. Alright, back down the mountain we go.
Ah. Yay.
Alright. So the party makes its way back down the mountain and then starts heading west.
Yep.
Yup.
Yup.
Alright. Josh, you
And
can
I was
cut
gonna
the
say.
thunder. There we go. So, quick reminder, what's everybody's passive perceptions?
17.
Complete
12.
crap.
14.
Pretty sure I'm the highest at 17, other than our NPCs.
14.
Is until I
Everybody's
take
better than me,
observant.
so don't even worry about it.
Until I
Alright.
take observant.
11.
So, you all walk for a couple hours, and after walking for a bit, everyone with a passive perception of 15 or higher, so Rowan and anyone else?
Jeffrey.
Zephyr? Okay, so Rowan and Zephyr, you two hear what sounds like humming off in the distance.
The fuck? Get that to it, right? I'm not going insane.
Kind of like there's a light voice singing a song that doesn't know all the words of the song.
If someone tries to sing Sunflower.
You also notice that Kato notices it too.
Of course he does.
Probably no
Like,
bad.
no
Yeah, I was
bad.
gonna say
Yep.
probably no bad.
Are we talking like small, like creepy child humming or adult humming?
It's up to you whether it's creepy or not, but it kind of sounds like a child.
It's definitely creepy. I hate it. But I don't hear it. Yay.
If it's childlike, then it's creepy. The only one who hears that, right?
No.
I hear it too.
So I'm not the only one who's also off-put by that.
Be
Can we tell
wary.
what direction it's coming from?
You can. It's coming not the way you're going, but a little bit more north of where you're at now. And Kato says, be wary. Might be a demon or some other creature trying to lure us into a trap.
You guys do see Nomad does summon his bow and put it on his back.
Jeffrey takes out his sling, ready, of course, in case something comes up.
I pointedly look at Vanya and then look at Ramona and Amity, like, and try to wiggle ourselves so that they're in between the two of us. Without saying anything.
He basically
Yeah,
takes out his
I'd draw my
sling.
bow and stay close to the squishies.
Yeah.
Amity's pretty fucking clueless.
It's a sling, but also has like the totem under the arm, just in case.
You see Kato take out 2 daggers and slowly start stalking towards the sound of the humming.
Where's he going?
Apparently, we're going towards the noise.
Wait, Kato, do you want us to follow you?
He's got it.
I mean, we don't know where we're going in this forest, and he knows where we're supposed to be ending up. I don't think we can really go anywhere without him.
We should just stick here and let him do the stalking.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Does anybody want to tell me what the hell's going on?
There's some weird
there's
humming.
Weird humming. Really weird humming.
Childlike humming.
And I try and
Oh.
listen for it.
Is anyone following Kato?
Who has the highest stealth?
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming.
I will
but no.
stealthily follow Kato.
I was gonna say
Okay.
it's either Vanya or Rowan, whichever one wants to go.
Probably me.
Nomad has elected to stay with the group.
Just for shits and giggles, Zephyr will give Rowan spider climb.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that'll just fulfill a weird power fantasy. Elf who stalks in the trees.
Can I stealthily jump through trees?
I mean, with spider climb, you don't even need the jump. You can just run from branch to branch easily
Cool.
enough.
I do that stealthily. While I have spider climb. How long does it last?
A whole hour of it.
Oh, fuck yeah, let's go.
Alright. Because you kind of go up into the treetops, you lose sight of Kato in the underbrush. And
But I
As
know
you-
where the humming's coming from, so I go in that
Yes.
direction.
yeah, as you make your way towards the humming, you come to a small clearing where you can see a young boy currently picking herbs.
This is just in case.
He doesn't seem to have noticed you.
Do I see Kato?
You do not.
Just realized I basically just made Rowan a ninja monk.
Yeah.
The most ninja Rowan has ever been.
Huh. Does this boy is just like a little human?
Make a perception check.
Oh, I don't like that. 26.
Nice. At first you think he's human, and then you notice the slight pointed ears that would mark him as a half-elf.
And I still don't see Kato.
Nope.
He's just I don't see anything else in the surrounding area, trees, anything.
Nope. Just this boy. And the herbs he's picking.
I will wait for a little bit and see if anything happens.
All right.
Or if Kato comes out.
You wait for a little bit, and a moment later, you see Kato just seem to appear into the clearing. And he moves a little closer, but still giving quite a bit of distance from the child. He seems to have put his daggers away. And then he softly calls to the child to get his attention, to which the boy kind of freezes and then turns to face Kato. And as the boy kind of takes like a step back, Kato kind of like puts a hand up and then pulls down his hood and mask.
Oh!
Gasp.
Which you don't see because you're technically behind him.
I begin moving to see!
Oh, Jesus.
I begin going through the trees to try and get a look at his face. Giving no
Must
shit
see
about this
handsome.
little boy anymore.
Must see the mysterious stranger's face.
I need to know
Alright.
how cool and how hedgy. I mean, still keeping an eye, obviously, on this interaction, but I start moving around to get a better look at the two of them.
Sure.
Kato.
Okay. So you kind of make your way through the treetops, and you get to an angle where you can kind of see like the side of Kato's face, and
Profile.
and probably the first thing you notice about Kato is surprisingly how young he looks. When you were speaking to him earlier, he kind of seemed to speak with the wisdom of someone much older, but as you kind of look at him from the treetops now, you think he can be barely older than 20 years for a human. And the kind of cold, hard exterior that he's had in the past just seems to fade away, and you see a kind, gentle face as he's trying to assure this child that he means it no harm.
And what's the kid doing?
If he says swooning.
No, Joe. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it seems to be.
You can see the child still hesitating. He hasn't taken another step back, but he hasn't moved closer to Kato either.
So they're just standing there looking at each other like...
No, it seems like Kato is saying something to the child.
Am I too far to hear it?
You're too hard to. You're too far to like hear.
You're hard
like,
of hearing.
Sorry, you're too far to hear all of it. Although you do make out a couple words, in Elvish, and then as you kind of like strain your hearing to, see if you can get more of the conversation, you can hear Kato almost seamlessly switch to a different language. What languages do you speak?
How dare you? I have Common, Elvish, Undercommon, and Thieves' Cant.
All right. Yeah, he switches to another language where
I'm not
It
a
didn't
high enough
look-
monk level.
it didn't look like the boy was like didn't understand Kato before, but as he hears a more familiar language. You noticeably see his ears kind of perk up a little bit and take a step towards Kato.
Have I ever maybe heard this language before?
Doubtful.
Okay. I keep watching.
All right. Kato continues to speak with the boy. You can see that by this point, Kato's kind of crouched down, so he's a little bit more on the boy's level. And as they're speaking, you see kind of like the slight twist of a smile on the boy's face. And his posture seems to get a little bit more relaxed. And then Kato says something that the boy kind of tenses up just a little bit, not as much as he was before. And then Kato looks over in your direction and gestures you forward.
I sadly climb down from my tree and walk over.
All right.
How far did we go from the group, by the way?
I'd say about like a couple minutes of stealthily making your way through trees.
Okay.
So out of like a full run, probably less than a minute.
Okay.
So you kind of descend from the treetops, and the boy kind of looks in your direction, curiously as you make your way. And then as you come into the clearing, and the boy sees your face, his eyes suddenly go wide, and he starts to back up away from you.
I stop moving and put my hands, not up, but you know.
Sure.
Palms.
You notice Kato quickly starts speaking in this language you don't understand, and the boy is frantically looking between him and you, continuing to back up away from you, and thus from Kato as well. And as he goes, he trips over a stump in the ground and falls back hard, and Kato kind of like tries to rush forward to help, but before he can get to the boy lets out a loud scream. And I would like you and everyone else to make a perception check.
Oh.
Even the people that are all the way back.
Yep.
We're not that far apart.
It's a couple
Ooh.
minutes.
Well, no, you're a minute away at a run. I'm a couple minutes away stealthing.
Yeah, so like that would be like
I still don't hear it.
You will hear this kid screaming.
that
Are
would
you
be
sure
like
with my roll?
600 feet.
Yep, too far away, too busy concentrating on the spell.
All right. So, everybody hears this kind of loud, high-pitched scream come from the direction that Rowan and Kato left in. Vanya, Amity, and Nomad can hear the splintering of wood coming from the east. And Rowan, you would see Kato kind of perk up at the sound as well, and then start to back up as well.
Away from the kid or towards
Oh.
the kid?
away from the kid towards you.
I'm gonna start running in their direction.
Same.
Same.
Yeah.
Kaylo, what were you talking
Same.
about with the kid?
Before you can even finish the question, you start to hear the splintering of wood too as it gets closer, and then suddenly the tree line breaks away as a flash of gray explodes into the clearing, and standing over the boy on the ground, staring daggers at you and Kato, is a 20-foot tall great wolf.
Eh.
This is some Mowgli shit.
And it's staring at you two and snarling, and you kind of see Kato's hands kind of go up in like a non-threatening manner,
Yeah,
and then
she's the same.
he tries to speak something in that language that you don't understand, and you see the wolf that was just kind of like looking at the two of you, focus in on Kato, and kind of move closer to him, its eyes narrowing on his slim form. And Kato continues to try and speak in this strange language. And about right when the wolf seems to start to relax a little bit is when the rest of the party shows up, exploding in through the side of the clearing. And the you all kind of run into the clearing, trying to help your party, not seeing the threat immediately, and all kind of stop in your tracks as you come at this and see this giant wolf. And it kind of springs back away from all of you, and then looks between you and Kato angrily, snarls a little bit, and then you see it kind of spin around, and its large tail comes flying towards all of you. I would like everybody to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no.
I was gonna say, as they came through, I just didn't want to interrupt you because you were super on a roll, but I was gonna say, as the group came, coming through the tree line, I was going to cast darkness in between us and the wolf.
All right.
Just big blob of darkness right between us.
Keep
Sure.
in mind, too, anybody within 10 feet of me has an aura of protection.
So that would pretty much be everybody but Kato and Rowan.
Yeah, it's an extra 5.
Wow.
All right. So let's see here. Well, pretty good rolls.
Yeah.
So everybody but Xeris are able to dodge out of the way of the tail. Xeris, you kind of are a little slower to move, and before you can back away from the fast spinning wolf, suddenly you find your feet swept out from underneath you, and you are knocked on your ass prone.
Even with that +5?
Oh, sorry. With the +5, you're fine.
Yeah, I was about
Never
to
mind.
say. Like,
Sorry,
damn, that's
I
a
already
high-ass
forgot.
DC.
I was gonna say, hot damn.
Sorry, my bad. then yeah, everybody's able to avoid it. Zaris with the help of Nomad's aura. And as you all kind of like back away from the wolf form, now heavily obscured by this bubble of black energy between the party and the wolf, see it reach down and pick up the boy in its mouth by like the collar of his shirt and just kind of like toss him up onto his back. And then the wolf goes bounding away out of the clearing towards the mountains.
And did the kid just look totally chill with being taken by the wolf?
Hard to tell with a big blob of black energy.
Oh, well, I don't know. I figured since we could see him, you said we could see the wolf taking him, so I figured we could see the kid, but that's fine.
Nope.
Okay. I will let darkness go.
We'll sort of just address the area. If we ever encounter large animals like that again, let me just clarify ahead of time.
Before you can finish your sentence, Rowan, you hear Kato say, "Amazing," and then go running after the wolf.
Well, okay, and we chase after him.
Yep, we're going.
Oh, jeez.
Yep.
We sort of like, just so y'all know, while walking with them, I can speak with animals and plants. Could have got a whole lot easier if I had known there was a giant wolf in the area.
The wolf just showed up. He wasn't there when we first got there.
He yells after the party as they kind of leave him in the dust.
It's just sort of walking. I'm just
like
sort
in like in every
following
movie
Kato.
ever when they're like yelling out the information as everybody leaves, like.
Yeah, pretty much.
following Kato. It's just like he's telling this to the party.
Okay, so
Sort of like Kato went walking, Zephyr followed, while also yelling this information out towards the party.
Kato ran.
Yeah, we running.
So, you all go running. Rowan, I didn't check. Did you take a second level in Rogue when you leveled up?
No, I took my 7th level in Monk.
Okay. So,
Spider Climb's still active.
yep.
Yeah.
Even with the spider climb, Rowan, you fall way behind Kato as he just goes rushing out into the forest. If you like, you can try spending
Well-
key points to keep up with him.
I was gonna say, like, how much faster is he going than me?
Without using key points to double dash, he's only going marginally faster. If you don't use those to try and keep up, you are going to lose sight of him.
Fuck it, fine.
I could do a
Okay.
jump. I can do a jump if you would like.
No, she left
I
you
can just
behind.
give you all the
Leap and bounding
Giving
through
you
the
all
forest.
the movement.
Nah, it is way past jump time because
Yeah.
she is faster than you are.
By probably a bit, yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, so Rowan, you spend all of your key points essentially keeping up with Kato. He still leaves you in the dust, but
It's bullshit.
I said
Oh.
while double dashing, he's only marginally faster.
Anyway,
But with that, you at least see where he goes when you break the tree line at the edge of the mountain range, and you can see the the shape of the wolf quite a bit smaller now, as it seems to be hopping up the side of the mountain like a fucking goat. And you can see Kato scrambling up the mountain right after it, as if he had spider climb on.
Well, I have spider climb on, so I go after him.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh lordy.
Keep in mind, I have to concentrate on this.
Well, keep on concentrating. 15.
Any
Alright.
point I could be like, she's probably fine, and just drop it. But I won't do that, dude.
The rest of you break the tree line just in time to see Kato making his way up the mountain, and Rowan running up the mountain after him, as if she was like running up a poorly made wall.
Just doing like Spider-Man up the wall, walking.
Kinda. It's not completely vertical, but so.
I don't have any way of getting up there.
A few seconds later,
You do.
Rowan, like a few rounds, I guess, later,
Yeah.
you get to the summit of a small cliff, and you can see Kato standing there. And as you kind of like pull yourself up onto the stone next to him, you look up just in time to see the wolf on a second mountain higher above the two of you. At this point, the storm is starting to swirl towards all of you, and then you see the wolf just kind of tense its body and let out a loud bark that just seems to echo throughout the entire mountain range. And everybody on the ground hear it too. And then you just start to see the clouds part in front of the wolf.
Curious, does Rowan still need to be climbing right now?
No, she's at the top.
I might need to climb back down.
Ah, you got slow fall. You're fine.
It's not gonna save that
I don't
much
know,
damage.
I don't know about y'all, but seeing Rowan like ground will drop spider climb and like a polymorph on himself. A flying creature.
All right, what are you turning into?
Let's go giant eagle.
Okay, so this is beast shape or polymorph?
This is a polymorph.
Okay, interesting. So you turn into a giant eagle.
And fly in that direction.
All right, are you taking anyone with you?
I'd like to come with me before I start taking off. I can do one
What's
on
that?
the claws and one on the back. Asking the players, would any of y'all like to come with me? And I can do one on the back and one in claws.
Towards the wolf.
Towards
No.
Rowan and Kato.
But there's a wolf there. No.
Won't be me. I didn't chase
Yeah.
after you.
Our melee person is up there, so
Oh, just me then?
just you.
Yep.
Alright. Gives me 80-foot fly speed. Dashing.
All right. That speed is halved because you're technically grappling a couple creatures.
Unless anybody's coming with me, because I've...
Oh, no one's coming. Okay, I thought someone was coming with.
I'm going by
Nope.
myself.
Just gonna keep
Okay,
running.
you're going by yourself. Got it. Okay, then yeah, you you get up there a couple rounds later.
See like this semi-metallic bird coming at you.
Well, if you use polymorph, then it's not metallic.
Then it's just a random giant eagle.
Yep.
Just perches behind you after a few rounds.
Kato kind of glances over his shoulder at you, Rowan, and is like, "Seems like we found our way into our mountain after all."
Hmm.
I muted. What did you say?
I said, "It seems we found our way into the mountains after all."
Yeah, we sort of left some people behind looking down at all my friends. But yeah, here we are. What did you say to the wolf?
What?
What did you say to the wolf?
Well, I told it that mean the boy any harm. And well, the second thing I said is a little personal.
Can I still? Did he not put any of his masks back on? Like, can I still see his face now?
Yeah.
I make sure to take it all in order to relay the information to the group when I'm back.
You mean to the other girl characters?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, we all need to know this.
It's very important.
God.
Important information.
Listen, you guys wanted 4 girls in your group. This is what you get. You brought this on yourself.
Education.
So let's ask the real question.
Targeted.
How big is his
and
dick?
Sexualized.
Give her time. A couple sessions away, she'll find out.
Why, Joe? Why?
That's why I said give her time.
Mike's like,
Okay,
I don't know
let's
what
take
to do.
I don't even know where everybody else is anymore.
Yeah, I don't either.
Where
I'm
are
like,
we?
you know what? I'm wherever.
Oh, did Discord just crap out on me? Yeah.
No, we've
okay.
just gotten so off track that I don't even remember.
Well, you do remember that Zaris never chased after anybody, so he's still standing where the kid fell down.
Oh,
You guys all took off. I never said I ran with you.
Maybe
well,
you
that was your
should.
decision.
You're right. I'm
Yeah.
all by myself now.
Well, and
Roll
the
for
knights. Or unless the knights, I don't know if the knights are with you, but...
The knights would have followed the party.
Oh, okay.
Then I'm left
Ferris
behind.
in a clearing by himself.
So, Xeris, standing in this clearing, what would you like to do?
Just gonna sit down and wait.
Okay.
Unless somebody comes back for me or lets me know or anything like that, because I have no idea what's going on. I don't know that they've
Can you
found
not
a
hear
way up the
anything?
mountain. I heard the wolf howl, and that was it.
And that's when we all ran, was when
That's
the wolf
when we all
Yeah.
howled.
We were like, oh, shit's happening. Bye.
He just feels like it's a trap.
At least
Alright.
you got berries.
So, it takes a moment for Kato to take the full meaning of your words, Rowan. And then you see him this kind of adventurous grin on his face just seemed to dissipate. He was like, "Oh, right," and he just seems to kind of fold back in on himself, and you see him put the mask back up and the hood up. So we should help them get up here then. And he starts digging into his bag, and you see him take out some rope, a piton, and a hammer, and start.
How high up are
I'm
we?
just start going back and forth. I got 1 hour of this. I'm just gonna start going back and forth.
You should, you don't need to hide your face from us. It's a good face.
He's just gonna start going back and forth, picking him up and dropping him off.
All right, he'll stop hammering the piton when he realizes that you're just gonna play fairy.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna grab him and bring him here.
Kato kind of looks back at your row and is like, thank you. It's
No problem.
I feel bad for Zeris. He's just gonna be an
It's
eagle out of nowhere, grab him.
it's your face.
I know. It's not that I don't like my face. It's
I mean, we all like your face. At least the face we've. I mean, the little bit we've. Yeah. I knew what you were saying about your face. Yeah.
I was just gonna say that sometimes the face can reveal things that don't need to be revealed.
As Rowan's thinking to herself, probably like mine right now.
So, after a couple minutes, giant eagle bringing everybody up onto the mountain.
What's the wolf doing? Just standing there barking like an annoying dog?
No,
Like-
after the clouds parted, you saw the wolf start hopping from ledge to ledge deeper into the mountains. It already left like a while ago.
Oh, okay. I'm just standing there like woof, woof, woof.
You see, like Kato kind of like take like a tally, like, wait, where's Zeris?
Looking for the eagle.
If Zephyr could find Zeris, he'll just grab him without warning and just bring him.
All right,
Are you sure you
Go
want to do
grab
that?
him.
Zeris. A few minutes later,
An eagle.
there's a caw sound from the sky, and you see a giant eagle come swooping down at you, talons out.
Yeah, I'm gonna ready an Eldritch Blast.
Oh my
Good
god.
question.
I don't know
Katie,
what
All right,
this is.
what are you readying it for?
If that thing grabs me.
Okay.
If it's going
Oh
to
my
no, if it's
God.
going to attack me, yeah.
Oh, man, this is gonna be fun.
What do you consider an attack?
Cause I'm just gonna grab.
If it
I'm not
claws
gonna
me,
go.
yeah. If it grabs me, I'm gonna be like, "What the fuck is going on?" So you
Make
better let me know what the fuck is going on, or you're gonna get shot.
I can't speak.
make
I
make an animal handling check.
Oh, this is where I die.
No, this is where Zephyr gets blasted. Zeris, this thing is coming at you.
It's just like
Well,
not even thinking. He's just like, no, I'm just gonna go in.
I
grab,
don't know.
discard.
I don't know what this thing is.
Yeah, every time you've seen Zephyr turn into an animal before, it was a weird metal animal. This is a full blood and full flesh and feather giant eagle coming at you.
Oh, the good thing is I got an AC of 13 with this thing.
Yeah.
Hi.
Really?
Ooh.
Ew.
Okay. Zephyr, you take 14 points of force damage and then get blown back up into the sky.
Well, polymorphed. Unless you want to roll con save for that.
That was more hit points than you had?
I was just wondering if you want me to roll a con save because I,
Oh yeah, roll 2
Took
con
damage.
saves. Okay, yeah. Roll 2 con saves. One for the 4, one for the 10.
I mean, I'm still going to be polymorphed if I... Or caster, thank God. Advantage. Yep. Okay. I warcaster for a second there.
Yeah, you have advantage. And the
Right there for
second
a
one?
second.
Nice, natural 20. All right, then yeah, you are still an eagle if you still have hit points.
Just double dashing, gonna grab, escort.
Okay. Wouldn't be able to do that because it would take an action to grab onto him because he sure as
80
hell
foot
isn't
speed.
willing. So go
That's
ahead
80
and
foot
just make an
speed.
attack roll to grapple onto Xeris.
Right, as an eagle, let me see. But you just want me to do like a strength check or something, or we got talons. That works too.
Well, it would be a proficient strength check, so yeah, just do an attack roll with your talons.
All right. Jesus Christ, this thing is a +5. Evan, I missed.
Yep. Xeris, you're easily able to dodge the swipe from the giant eagle. What would you like to do in response?
It's a good question.
Come here, you little fucking thing.
Oh, if that's what I hear.
No, you don't hear anything. It's just another.
I know.
Thing is, it's still like the color scheme of Xeris. So there's like some weird, like, reds in the eyes.
This is a foreign country. He doesn't know.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of birds are around here. But I'd say, would I recognize those colors, though?
Make a. Let's do an insight check. Nope.
Damn.
God damn it, Xeris. I saved your life, and then this is...
Yeah, you saved my life, and then you come at me as a bird, and I don't know it's you. This is great.
Why you follow the party?
Because I figured it was a trap. And now I've got a bird that's about to kill me.
You also still
Wish you
didn't
could.
say anything.
I don't know if it's a druid. I mean, it's just a bird. Bird's not going to recognize what I'm saying.
You understand common, too.
So that's not what I meant. I meant when you thought it was a trap.
You all took off before I could say it.
So, Xeris, what are you doing?
Like I said, that's a really good question.
Because right now I'm like right on top of him, aren't I?
I mean, unless you were going to provoke an attack of opportunity.
I'm just gonna keep trying to grab him.
All right.
I get like what, 16 or higher?
If you watch the stream, you would know.
Moderating history.
Zaris would just say, "What the fuck are you doing?" And that's it. And he's given it one chance.
You're yelling at the bird?
Yeah. Because he's still stunned. It just tried to grab at him.
The most New York thing you could do.
But does he know it just tried to grab at him? That insight check says otherwise.
Yeah.
Well, he's taken aback by it, so he's just shouting it, so.
All right. So, Zephyr, it's your turn. By this point, you would have had to land because you don't have a hover. So, you kind of like plop down on the ground in front of Xeris, and he just yelled at you.
And it's like, I'm trying to grab you, you son of a bitch. And then I try to grab him. Still miss.
This thing's attacking me again.
He's trying to grab you.
Jesus Christ, you rolled the same thing.
Yeah.
All right, it took another swipe at you with its talons, kind of like flapped up into the air and did like a almost scratch like
Well, I'm sorry.
All right.
Those would technically be at disadvantage. So
I am glad I went for
just,
you
just
last.
go ahead and roll 2 d20s for
Even
me.
with Warcaster?
Oh, you took
I'm
Warcaster.
glad.
I didn't know that. Then never
Yep, I
mind.
did.
Right.
Well, actually, Warcaster, that's only tax of opportunity, right?
Oh, yeah, I thought I read it. It stopped disadvantage, but I'll roll them again.
Yeah. All right, they still hit, which is funny because same damage anyway. So yeah, Zephyr, you take another 8 points of force damage and get blown 20 feet away from Xeris, which actually kind of sends you off into the tree line. I need you to make 2 con saves for polymorph.
Thankfully, if I make it, it's still gonna be polymorphed.
God damn, how many hit points does the giant eagle have?
26 hit points. He hasn't hit me for much.
Oof. Just barely got on the second one. All right. Well, it's your move, Zephyr.
I'm back in. I'm glad I went for Xeris last. Just barely grabs. So this is the combat we expected.
Perfect.
Xeris, do you have mage armor up right now?
I would have.
So then that's a miss. Your turn, Xeris.
God damn it. He's just keeping to try and grab at me, not letting me know, so I'm just going to keep attacking.
I understand, Common. I can't speak it back to you.
I know, but I said, what the fuck are you doing? You didn't give me anything. You just tried to grab me again. So I'm
I've been
assuming that this
clawing
thing
at
is
you.
not... I'm assuming this thing is just cawing at me because it's trying to attack me.
All right. If you're blasting it again at disadvantage. All right. Both those hit
Barely.
for another 7 points of damage. Are you
We
still
hit.
polymorphed?
Yeah, I would have dropped polymorph.
All right. So, Xeris, as you blast the giant eagle away, it suddenly turns into a very familiar metal man as it gets launched across the clearing away from you.
I'm just going to say, what the fuck?
You would follow this. This wouldn't have happened.
You guys took off! I'm sorry! Fuck, you tried to attack me!
You know what? Whatever.
What the fuck is going on?
God. Let's just get back to the others.
Where'd they
God damn
go?
it. Why? He sort of gestures and anything fast that I can wild shape into. Let's see.
I guess I'm just gonna chase after him, and if he runs too far out of my range, then I'm not gonna be able to see him.
What I'm gonna do is I'm going to let you know at, let's see here. I will be I will be polymorphing into a draft horse, and we will never speak of this to anyone else.
Turning into a horse?
Draft horse.
Why?
Wild shape into a draft horse, and Xeris and I will never speak of this ever again.
I don't understand why a draft horse, though. How is that going to accomplish anything?
With walk speed. I'm trying to waste time here.
Yeah, but like, how is that going to get you and Xeris up on top of the mountain with the rest of them?
Well, I do have how many uses of spider climb left? Let's see. Do spider climb 2 more times.
Oh, you're gonna spider climb the draft horse. Is spider climb?
No, here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna get there. Is there a spider climb, and he could walk himself up there?
But you're gonna do it to. Yeah. Okay. Got it. All right.
Draft horsing us to there. He can get off. Spider climb his own way up there.
The whole
You
draft
wanna-
horse thing just seems a bit unnecessary. I'm sorry.
Okay, fine.
Being
We'll leave
thrown
draft
into the
horse
pot.
thing.
It's like, did Xeris suddenly lose the ability to walk?
Apparently.
Let's just walk our asses over there.
I mean, I could
Okay.
run. But...
So,
Actually,
cut back to the rest of the party.
I'm learning how to use Rowan's Weaver's Kit.
Kidding.
Wait, now?
Well, what else am I supposed to do while this giant bird is screwing around trying to get Xeris, and now they're climbing a mountain?
Well, you're now on top of the mountain already.
thanks I got Xeris last.
So while you guys are waiting for Zephyr and Xeris, slowly, each of you starts to notice a couple shapes in the clouds above. The storm clouds are still present, however, they seem strangely confined above you. Like as soon as the wolf howled, the winds that were whipping you every which way have completely dissipated. And you watch as several of these figures start descending down from the clouds. And for a second, you think they look like giant birds before you realize they're not giant birds. It's some kind of winged contraption. And there are people standing on each winged contraption. And they come swooping down and stop about 30 feet above you, and then yell down. One of them yells down in Elvish, "What is your business here?"
I'm gonna look at Kato and be like,
Is it Nomad nearby?
Nomad would be there by now, yeah.
Yeah, Amity is looking to Nomad.
Yeah, look at Nomad.
Those
Same.
those that speak Elvish hear Kato reply, "We merely seek a place to rest and restore our resources. We have a long trip ahead of us. Our guide here," gesturing to Nomad, "said that your people were kind and could help us." And the same one says, "We were told that one of you is an acquaintance of the Summer Queen. Who is that?"
I feel like we're all
Which-
looking at Nomad now.
I'm definitely looking at Nomad now.
You all look at Nomad,
It's not-
but once again, Kato says in Elvish, Yes, that's me. I recognize that's that great wolf of yours was not from around here, and hoped that would help things along.
Nomad just glares at everybody else.
Sort of like giving an apologetic smile before looking at Kato.
Finally, the person on the glider speaking switches to another language. Can everybody, real quick, spam their languages in the chat for me?
Yay,
Spam? Alright, everyone click 1,000,000 times.
I was just about to say.
I'd probably help if I actually put them in.
Yeah, that would be good.
Good job there, bro.
I'm planning on actually having to put that in.
Then just tell me what languages Zephyr. Well, Zephyr's not there, so it doesn't matter. So, seeing how the only person other than Kato and these people that speak this language is Nomad,
Yes. Cool.
I'm just gonna say, one of them, the person that's asking the question, finishes asking it. Kato replies, and you see the other people all kind of like not jump back in surprise, but there is a bit of noticeable surprise. And finally, the person speaking takes one long look at Kato and says, and starts to descend down and steps off of their glider that just kind of floats there in the air behind it. And they say, well, if you are a friend of the wolf, you are a friend of ours. And clasps hands with Kato. Just as Xeris comes over the side of the cliff.
Okay.
Took you long enough.
The hell did I miss?
Zephyr following behind as a spider.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, Zephyr would also make it up there if he turned into a spider. So
I think you'll notice when you wild chase back, he's kind of winded and probably gonna default to swearing and druidic.
So with that, each of the each of these people on the gliders starts to help you all get onto the back of their gliders.
That's so cool.
They they say in Elvish to hang on, which to some of you is like a, what did they say? Oh god! And the gliders suddenly rush forward and rise up into the storm clouds.
He's like, this is awesome in Elvish.
The first couple minutes are a bit rough, but the gliders just seem to ride the storm currents like they were simply rapids on a river. And as you all kind of hold on to the glider pilot for dear life, as there is such little visibility from the storm clouds, suddenly you all kind of notice the wind stop. And you tentatively open an eye followed by another. And you realize you're not in the storm anymore. You can see storm clouds behind you and wrapping around to the sides, making a large kind of open circle of storm centered on this wide vista of mountain ranges. And you can see, as the sun kind of crests overhead, bearing down, in the middle of this storm is a small village on the side of a mountain. And the lead glider pilot yells over the slight howling of relative wind to all of you, "Welcome to Zephyra." And that's where we're going to end tonight.
All right.
Well, that explains where
Cool.
the fuck we
Neat.
are now.
Nice. Well, that was fun.
Well, now we know where the fuck we are.
Yep, now you guys know where the fuck you are.
Woo!
Ancient,
I don't.
prehistoric Taldore.
Mm-hmm.
Haha! It worked so well!
Not really prehistoric, more
I mean, it's
colonialism.
prehistory, so I'm pretty sure that's prehistoric.
It's more before all the other
The-
shit happened.
all the history records don't go farther than the calamity, and we're pre-calamity, so prehistoric.
Yeah.
Like how you have before Christ and after Christ.
Yeah, it's like pre-calamity, post-divergence.
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay, then I will probably stop the stream here. So
Oh,
thank you
I need to go to bed. I work in the
watching,
morning.
Yeah, same.
and we'll
I've-
catch you next week.
Thank you, viewers. Bye.
Thank you,
Thank you,
viewers.
bye.
Bye. Good night.
Whoever was watching, besides me who was moderating. Good night.
Mm.